Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It is Thursday, the 8th day of December, National Crossword Solvers Day. Heidi is a good crossword solver.
And I love crosswords.
Yeah. It's also National Brownie Day today. Ooh, those are delicious. Yummy. And Pretend to be a Time Traveler Day. Hey, I'm a time traveler. Do you remember me from a minute ago?
Wow.
That's how far I traveled. How far would you want to go? If you could travel in time, would you?
I would go back to the 80s in a heartbeat.
Would you? Would you go?
As long as I didn't have to go to school.
Would you go forward in the future at all?
No.
I would kind of like to see what's coming.
No.
But I don't know. And, hey, it's a Thursday. You know what that means? We have Dear John Letters.
There we go.
This is a story that I think will be kind of interesting. I'm going to see what other folks have to say, and I'd like to see what Heidi has to say. But a lady's boyfriend is a bigger guy, and her mother is accusing him of breaking her chair. So, and they're talking about plans for the holidays. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody says, and I'm excited to see what Heidi has to say with our Dear John letter coming up later in the program. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. Some people, newsflash, are not truthful on their dating profiles. Did you know that?
No.
Once you're over the shock of hearing that, I'll continue. Are you ready? Okay. Nearly half of singles who use dating apps have lied about something. Yeah, nearly half. 47% admitted that they have at some point intentionally stretched the truth or misrepresented themselves while, swiping.
How do they think that's going to help them?
I don't know.
In the
They
long
may or
run?
may not be surprised to hear this, by the way. Lying on dating profiles was found to be slightly more common among male respondents, 51%, than female, 44%.
Really?
What did most people lie about? 61% said they were not accurate about their current hairstyle. What?
So if the men are not saying that they're bald.
Their career came in second, and 25% said they lied about their height. So you don't think they're going to notice when they get there?
Yeah, I think you would know.
You said you were 6'3". No, that was 5'3". Oh, it was a typo, huh? Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know Girl Guides of Canada is changing the name of their program called Brownies to Comets or Embers? Now, the thing that's interesting, today is National Brownie Day. And so I thought it was kind of cool that we talked about this.
I love brownies.
Yeah, but there's a program in America, the Girl Scouts, remember, they had brownies, and then Girl Guides of Canada had a group called Brownies. But now they're going to change it to Comets or Embers because they say their members voted on the new name for 7 to 8-year-old girls because the current name caused harm for, it says, racialized girl guides.
Oh, good Lord.
So that had nothing to do with what it was, but they just said, there were some people that were Indigenous and Black Canadian residents, people of color, who had chosen to skip the program or delayed joining because of the name. So I guess if at the end of the day, if it's going to make it better for everybody, call it what you want to call it. But it has nothing to do with why they called it that. I hope you understand that. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Director Baz Luhrmann has mentioned a 4-hour cut of the Elvis movie in the past, but he sparked a little more anticipation by revealing that a longer version of the music biopic would restore Austin Butler's full concert performances as the king of rock and roll. While many of his performance scenes in the movie are very abbreviated, they filmed the majority of them in full, just as the real Elvis performed them. Lerman wants the world to see these uninterrupted shows. He said Austin did it, and it was almost like a out-of-body experience to watch him do these full concerts. So one day, I'm going to cut this full concert scenes together, but don't hold your breath. He says the earliest you'd be able to see it would be sometime maybe in 2025. He's apparently got stuff on his plate. So he's like, I want to do it, but, not that badly. So here's the thing. Maybe you could, I don't know, delegate that to somebody else and do it a little quicker. I don't know. Just thinking outside the box. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by channelsurfertv.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. If you ever feel nostalgic for the sound of an old phone modem connecting to the internet, or the beeps and bops of a fax machine, or pretty much
a rotary phone,
anything like that, well, there is a website that has put together what they claim is the world's biggest collection of obsolete and disappearing sounds.
I kind of love that.
I thought you would. Cities in Memory, an online collaboration, features a collection of over 150 sounds that are increasingly rare. Things like the sounds used in retro video games, recordings of old-fashioned transport, lots of mechanical sounds from outdated hardware. Or how about the classic ringtone from a Nokia 5120 phone? Hey, that's the phone I have now. Just kidding. Or the sound of an old analog radio being tuned. Says here, the founders who put this project together designed this to draw attention to the world's disappearing soundscapes, to highlight those sounds that are worth preserving because they form part of our collective cultural heritage.
Agreed.
And to help us think about how to save the sounds before it's too late.
Oh,
they're
love
also
that. What a great idea.
Yeah, they're asking people to submit more sounds. So they're saying, hey, if you can think of something that maybe is not on the list, but maybe should be on the list. I'll tell you something that, and I don't know that it's necessarily an obsolete sound, but something you don't see hardly ever anymore. Windows that roll up that actually have like a knob.
Oh, yeah, it's not a sound.
Do you remember? We had
a
truck that had that, and my son was in the passenger seat, our son, and he was like, hey, can you roll my window down? And I said, you can, right over there. And he's looking at the knob, and he literally pushed the knob with his finger. I said, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know how this works. And it dawned on me, what? Of course you wouldn't. Why would you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of things that, our generation takes for granted that the next generation has no idea. And this is kind of cool. I've got a link to this Cities in Memory thing. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not $50, $15. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John.
All right, I got a fun Dear John letter here for folks to chime in and maybe give some advice. You can do that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And I would love to see other people's advice on this. Here we go. I'm excited to see Heidi's advice too. Dear John, my boyfriend is a bigger guy. The last time we were visiting my mom, she thinks he broke one of her chairs. These chairs are from the 1970s. I think time broke the chair. We're planning to join her for Christmas. She asked me to bring a chair for my boyfriend. I thought that was pretty rude. How do I even do that? I said, how about I bring a folding table and 4 chairs? She said, no, I don't have room for all of that, but I'd appreciate it if you'd bring a chair for your boyfriend so he doesn't ruin any more of my chairs.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he broke anything. He's a big guy, but he's not broken any of my cheap chairs at my house. I think it was her old rickety chair. His family invited us to join them as well. Should I just tell my mom we're going to go to his family's Christmas instead? I think he's planning to propose to me. He's been asking a bunch of wedding-related questions, and I don't want to remember this event with some dumb folding chair controversy that my mom has created. What should I do? Signed, Embarrassed Girlfriend. Wow, what do you do?
Yikes.
That is a tough one. So that's where I'm yielding the floor to Heidi just to see, what do you say? Yeah. Go to his place, or
well, definitely don't subject him to that.
That just seems really
embarrass
weird.
Him.
And if this is potentially going to be her son-in-law, maybe you have a conversation with mom and just say, "Tell you what, I'll bring chairs, and we can have several chairs." You know, I think.
I get what she was trying to do when she said, "How about I bring a folding table and 4 chairs?" Because then she's not singling out her boyfriend.
Because that would feel really weird to say,
yes,
everybody else is sitting on these chairs, and
you're going to sit on this.
I got this for you.
Yeah.
You sit over here. Now, I got to tell you, as a bigger guy myself, you would not believe the number of times I've gone to events and I look at these chairs going, I have to sit on that thing? And there's some folding chairs. Like I was at a wedding this summer, and they're really inexpensive folding chairs. And I'm sitting on the thing, and I'm literally like holding myself up because I'm like, I don't want to put all of my weight on this chair.
Now, if your mother was coming at this from a form of possible embarrassment for your boyfriend, I could see that, like her not wanting him to, if a chair broke under him, not wanting him to be embarrassed in front of everybody at the house. That could be a thing, because I've actually been there. We've had a larger person come to our home, and I know where I bought those chairs, and I was concerned that, oh my gosh, if this chair breaks, it's going to be,
they were cheap chairs,
so embarrassing.
I remember
and
another
it's not
time
that I was worried about the chair. I would have been worried about the guest.
I remember we had a friend, and he's a big guy, but he wasn't like a heavy, like overweight guy. He's almost 7 feet tall, big guy. And he was sitting on a chair, and our dog licked his leg, and he jumped and he broke the chair. Do you remember that? He's like, I feel really bad for breaking your chair. I'm like, you know what? I want different chairs anyway. So we just saw the positive side of it. But no, I think this is a bizarre thing for your mother to say, I want you to bring 1 chair. And I would have the conversation with her.
And that's what I would explain to. I'd say, Mom, look, this is why I'm not going to bring just 1 chair, because I don't want to embarrass my boyfriend. And I love this guy. I'm possibly going to be spending the rest of my life with this man, and I'm not going to do that to him. So, now, if you want us at your Christmas, you will let me bring more than 1 chair if you need me to bring chairs.
And that's what I would say is it's either that or his family's invited us, and we can certainly do that. You know, they apparently have, industrial strength chairs at their place. So no, again, coming from a big guy, I would also say this. I'm aware that I'm a big guy, and I'll bet your boyfriend is probably aware that he's a big guy. So if you had the conversation with him, I don't think that he's going to go, wait a minute, what? I'm a big guy?
Don't have that conversation with him.
Saying,
you don't want him to know that his mom...
Awkward.
No, that your mom is acting that way. You don't want him to know that.
It is kind of weird. So that's why I thought, you know what? This would be a good one to just be quiet and let Heidi tell me what she would do, because that is always the right answer.
Have the conversation with her, and if she's not gonna let you bring more than 1 chair, then you just move on and you go somewhere else.
Well, you can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Thanks for listening on a Thursday.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who look young for their age tend to live longer. That's good. That's very good.
Huh.
Fun fact, well, it's good for Heidi because she looks young for her age. Not so good for me. I've had people ask if she's my daughter, and she's older than me. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The average person unlocks his or her smartphone 110 times a day. Wow, that's a lot.
I don't think I do.
I don't think so either. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Cats adapted to living with humans by hunting rodents in grain stores and then basically domesticated themselves.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's interesting.
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Watching horror movies burns more calories than any other genre of movie.
I love
There's
horror
our new
movies.
exercise plan. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Walt Disney's autograph bears no resemblance to the famous Disney logo. So it's not his signature at all. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Parents of new babies miss out on 6 months worth of sleep in the first 2 years of their child's life.
Sure.
I wonder if there's any report on people who have dogs, like our dog, who wakes me up 3 or 4 times a night sometimes.
And we just talked about this actually the other day because I was talking about how the song "The Little Drummer Boy."
Yeah.
As a mother of a newborn,
Yeah.
the last thing you would want is somebody walking in the room, some little kid with drums pounding all over the place. And I never understood that song.
Yeah,
so,
there you go. Well, several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Heidi, here's your question. The average woman owns 6 of these. The average guy owns 1. What is it? I actually do own one of these. And you probably, I don't know, I know you own at least one, maybe a couple. The average woman owns 6
guns.
No, bottles of perfume or cologne.
Oh.
Yeah, I own one. Heidi's over there reloading right now as she's saying. No, the average woman owns 6. The average guy owns 1 bottle of cologne or perfume. There you go. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Turns out that potatoes, of all things, just might be a secret weapon when trying to lose weight with little effort.
That would be amazing.
I know. Listen to this.
I love
Heidi,
potatoes.
You're going to love this story. It flies in the face of everything we've been told, but researchers at Pennington Biomedical Research Center in Louisiana say they've discovered the surprising health benefit of potatoes. They've been snubbed as too starchy with insulin resistance, but once thought of as even a contributor to type 2 diabetes. But because potatoes are low calorie but very filling, researchers found that filling a plate full of potatoes can contribute to a shrinking waistline.
Oh my goodness.
And can be a crucial part of a healthy diet. It says people tend to eat the same weight of food regardless of calorie content. So they're saying they're heavy and they don't have that many calories. By eating foods with heavy weight like potatoes, you could easily reduce the number of calories you consume. The statement is in line with the research where the test subjects lost weight not by reducing portion sizes, by lowering calories with things like potatoes.
Love this.
So they had more potatoes and less meat, which helped them lose weight because they felt fuller quicker. And they often didn't even finish their meals. Is that bizarre or what?
I love this.
I know
so
you do.
Much.
Heidi's going to make potatoes for dinner. Weird news.
Living on potatoes,
brought to you
baby.
by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Harmless ways to mess with people. This is actually kind of funny. Carefully step over a non-existent obstacle. People, when they're walking, will be looking for, like, what in the world is he stepping over? Say no pun intended after a sentence where there was clearly no pun. Another harmless way to mess with people. When you shake somebody's hand, move yours left and right when they're going up and down. You'll get a funny little circle. Okay. Don't turn around when you walk into an elevator. So just back into the elevator? I don't know.
Okay.
When you're talking to somebody, keep handing them random items. They'll keep taking them without even realizing it.
Oh, that's funny.
Another harmless way to mess with somebody, say high five, but don't put your hand up.
High five.
The last one, harmless way to mess with somebody. After giving them a compliment, say, no offense, and then just watch them struggle to find the non-existent insult. You are absolutely beautiful. No offense. All right, there is the list brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Our quote today from Richard Lewis. I always thought he was so funny. Richard Lewis says, "When you're in love, it's the most glorious 2.5 days of your life." Hey, I have been able to stretch that 2.5 days out to 22.5, almost 23 years so far.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah. So actually over 23 years because we've been together over 23 years. So yeah, there you go. Been married 22.5 or somewhere around there. Who's counting, right? All right. That's your quote of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. It took 5 years for the adoption of Jennifer Hubby's son to go through, and just before the official paperwork was signed, he had something he wanted to share. During the November adoption hearing in New Mexico, the judge asked if anybody wanted to address the court. The son took her up on the offer, telling the judge, "I wanted to say that I love my mom so much and that she is the best mom I ever had. I love her so much." An already emotional hubby who began the adoption process at his birth became choked up, and her son pulled her in for a hug. The judge's response was, "You know what? It's important to tell people you love them. And that's what we're supposed to be doing. That's a good thing." Isn't that great?
That's very sweet.
Are you getting choked up over there?
No, but you are.
I am. I didn't know if it was your tears I was seeing or mine.
I think you knew.
I'm not crying. You're crying. No, I think that's really, really cool. And
It is.
And I'll
It's
tell you
very
what.
sweet.
I know several people who have adopted children, and I think that
You
is just
have adopted a child.
Why I did a step-parent adoption. I did, and I've never referred to him as my stepson ever. He's not. He's
Well,
my
no, he's
son.
not.
100%
You
my
bought
son.
him. You own him.
I did. And I have a brother-in-law who is one of the kindest, nicest, most amazing people on the planet who adopted my nephew. And I was there for that. And I'm sitting in the back of the courtroom bawling my eyes. And afterwards, they're like, "You guys want to go out to lunch with us?" And I'm like, "You want to clean yourself up first, John?" "Yeah, I'll be with you in a minute." I'm sorry. No, I just think it's really, really cool. So I love this story. I've got it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And hats off to all of the moms and dads out there who stepped up and adopted. That is an amazing, wonderful thing. So I love it.
absolutely.
Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.